What's up, guys? Welcome to VHP Engines. I hate to do this, but when I have to disappoint, not going to be any actual engine work done today, guys. Simply because of the fact that I ran into problems with this other fucking block over here. Beyond the fact that the spun bearing and all that bullshit, just look at the cards if you haven't already watched it. You'll see it there. I'm not going to talk about it again. Well, yeah, I will talk about it enough just to say that I thought I could lift out the oil pump from the block, like pull it out and spin it around and then lift the crank up. But that is not the case. I can't do it. I can't push it past the studs far enough to get it clear to rotate the oil pump. So that means I'm gonna have to load that block as it is and take it to the fucking take it to work and deal with it there. And oh man, dude, I just fucking, that whole shit over there drained my goddamn motivation. And I don't even feel like taking off the stand, lugging it to my motherfucking truck. So that's gonna have to be later in the week. I'll do that. All right, so before I start on today's topic, I will drop in this other little bit of good news. Is I reached somebody who's like an hour drive away from me that has a single cam swap that he's trying to sell. He posted the engine and the transmission bolted together, and the listed price was $140. The only good thing about Honda parts in West Virginia is when they go for sale, they usually sell really cheap because nobody gives a fuck about them. So anyway, he's listed it for $140. I shot him a $100 offer. It's supposed to be healthy. He said he'll take it. He wanted me to come get it tonight. Tonight was too late. Couldn't do it. I was hoping he'd hit me up earlier. He didn't. So missed a chance to get it today, but I'm supposed to make arrangements to go pick it up tomorrow. He's trying to sell me a whole bunch of shit, harness, computer, everything for like $150. And I'm just like, well, I mean, normal circumstances that would be good, but I'm not really trying to do any of that shit right now because I'm not looking to put a car together. But I don't know. I told him that I'll just discuss it with him when I'm there. But anyway, the whole point of that is I'm getting a single cam. If it turns out that crank is really healthy, that means all I got to do is buy some rods, and I can build another Vitara for you guys. I can build a Vitara for you guys. I mean, the Vitara build was the video that launched this channel, and you guys didn't get to see that as an engine build because I built that long before I made that review. So I know that's probably going to be a super popular build because unlike anybody else on fucking YouTube, and I've checked numerous times, I'm going to show you step by step the process of how to cut notch the block and shit for H-beams. So that's going to be fun. All right, but anyway, 3 minutes into this build, or to this video that's not very long, and I haven't even talked about what the fuck I'm going to talk about yet. And the whole topic is going to be salvaging parts off a blown engine. And when I'm not just saying like, oh, I got a rod knock, take it apart. I'm talking about like if you get a hole right there from a rod going through it or whatnot. If you get something, or like a valve contact with the head, and the bottom of the head's all chewed up and you can't use it anymore. So just like Honda cars, or Hondas in general, every fucking piece that you can manage to pry off that goddamn body is valuable. Everything is worth money. Every single piece. And it's the same way you look at the engine blocks and heads when you're looking at destroyed shit too. Everything is money. Alright? So, now this is something I bet you didn't know. Is this oil fucking dipstick tube? It comes out. Now, what I found to do is easiest is to take a socket and get it up in there. You can't see it. Get it up in that hole. Shit. Anyway, you'll see it if you ever get to it. You do it yourself. You see that hole right there? That's where the shit sits. And you can just take a socket and it matches it up, tap into it until you pop that out, and boom, you got yourself a dipstick tube. And these freeze plugs, you can take those out. That's a salvageable part. You also have a freeze plug here and one on the back as well. I'm not going to rotate for them. But so the freeze plugs, you got the dipstick tube, the water neck. Fuck, I'm just gonna take off the stand here, guys, and just go back in. Oh shit, almost lost it. Woo! I ain't got no OtterBox or anything on this little fucking iPhone, so if it hits concrete, man, it's fucking game over. Back to square one on video content. Okay, so freeze plugs, dipstick tube, you get the water neck. This water neck comes off the block. The thermostat housing cap. You see how somebody fucking already jacked that from this block. Another freeze plug in the back. If you got their OBD2 engines, you got the ones with the fucking this little EGR box. It's the little breather box that you can take off. Obviously, every fucking bolt comes off this that you can take off of it. You need to keep every one of the fucking sensors. You can keep older oil pumps or oil and water pumps. I don't have an oil pump on this one, but you can keep the oil pumps. Tensioners. This one seems kind of rough, but I'd keep the tensioners. Tensioner spring. Let's see. Oh, also, let's see. These studs. Shit. These studs for the oil pan and shit. These also come out, and you can keep those too. Anyway, so yeah, you can strip this shit pretty fucking good. You can strip this shit down pretty hard and get a lot of stuff off of it still. The bolts are probably by far and away the most important fucking thing to get off the goddamn engine block. And somebody asked me about doing a junkyard video, and I will do a junkyard video, although it's probably not going to be exactly what he's talking about. I'm going to talk about what I do when I go to the junkyard. And I love junkyards because that's where I get all my free stock from. Not that I'm a cheap ass or anything, there's just certain things I'm not willing to pay for. Anyway, so now moving on to the fucking head. Yeah, I'll probably go over here so you can actually see it in the light better. Plus, I didn't rob anything off this one yet. Of course, again, same thing. Every fucking bolt comes off of it. Every sensor that comes off of it. You got these the exhaust and intake manifold studs. They all come off, so you can replace those. Hold on a second. Go back here. Back to the tripod. I think I can do that now. Yeah. Stability. Because this camera, like somebody pointed out to me, I think Jimi Hendrix, if you're on here watching, like you pointed out to me, it does have problems with autofocusing. I can see if there's any kind of movement, it destroys the quality of this fucking camera. But it does pretty good stationary, so do the best I can to keep it from moving. Let's see, slide this forward. All right, so all the rocker arms, all the studs, these two, because if you can see in the video the other day when I tore down this engine, that back stud over there is stripped like a motherfucker. So you can take off these studs, take off these studs here, and those in the middle. Of course, the valve springs, the valves, retainers, keepers, all that shit can come off. You got also coolant stuff over here that comes off. This is the water neck does unbolt, so you can take that shit off. I don't think there's anything on the bottom that you can take that's salvageable. I just got the intake manifold gasket on, so now we'll switch back to the other head. Just double check. Shit. Yeah. Oh well. You see the stud. The studs, of course, can come off. You got that too. Look, you got a little thingy right there. That looks like it can come off. So you just want to, like, okay, I'm pretty sure also that these cam cap stud things also come off. It's just, this also has freeze plugs on the head too. You just want to look at everything that's removable. Anything that can come off the shit that's removable, there's a good chance that something else will break, or that same thing on something else you could have could possibly break. Now, the main benefit to salvaging this kind of shit, yes, you could open up yourself a little miniature salvage yard and sell everything. But the biggest fucking thing, the biggest benefit that comes to having your own stockpile of shit like this is that when you need it later, you ain't got to go try and find it. Like my situation with the main bolts. The main bolts normally wouldn't be a fucking thing for me. It'd be trivial because I would have engines sitting around all over the place, stockpiled. And if I, especially have bad blocks, I salvage pieces off of them. They're still worth money because of the parts I can get. And it's not so much about the money that you're gonna make off selling shit. It's the money that you won't spend keeping it because OEM brand new OEM main bolts are over $100. If I want to go the cheaper route, I gotta go ARP, and that's still $100. And this build isn't gonna warrant fucking ARP, so that's just fucking stupid, excessive waste of fucking money. I hate wasting money on shit like that, especially when I know I'm not gonna get it back when I sell the fucking engine. So it's completely shitty. I know I didn't. Of course, if you have an engine, you also got the valve cover to think of, and the oil cap, and then you got the fucking oil pan itself, and the oil pan cap, or the oil pan bolt. There's just so much shit that you can get off these bad engines. And there's a lot of times where I've had people come to me and ask me to buy stuff, and I just won't sell it. Why? Because if I want to name a fair price, if my fair price is like $40 or something, and you're asking me to buy it, and you're willing to take my $40, like, yeah, it's a fair price. I'm trying to, because I never try to gouge anybody, unless I really am dead set on not selling something. If I'm dead set on not selling something, I'll put the price up stupid high, so that way, if you do decide to buy it, even though I don't want to sell it, I'm making so much money off of it that it doesn't matter that I'm selling it. So a lot of people will come and ask me for shit, and I'll be like, nah, I'm just not going to sell it to you, even if you're willing to meet my good price and shit for it, just because of the fact that I got to think, is that $40 I'm going to make right now worth the fucking trouble it's going to cost me if I got to go search for it later? I got to buy another one. I keep, like I've mentioned before, I keep a lot of head bolts for the B18. And I had somebody like, bro, I'll buy a set off of you, and to buy a set of used head bolts, I think, $20-$30 at most would be a fair price. But then I gotta think to myself, what the fuck happens when I'm doing an OEM rebuild and I gotta buy head bolts? I either gotta pay OEM Honda bolts, which are expensive as fuck, or I gotta fucking buy $100 ARPs, or I gotta fucking deal with some fuckhead who's gonna upsell the price on me because I need them. And then I gotta travel to where the fuck this fuckhead's at to get the bolts off of him. So it just becomes a big fucking problem. You don't want to deal with that shit, especially if you're gonna do this kind of frequently. Maybe if you're not doing it frequently, whatever. But I hope that I'm inspiring some of you assholes to kind of copy what I'm doing here and make yourself a little engine empire. All right. Well, one of the rude awakenings for me when I left El Paso, the biggest fucking headache I had was I had a friend that had a shop that was really close to me. And he had fucking bolts out the ass from doing exactly what I'm telling you guys, that collecting shit over the years. So I lost my bolt guy, and eventually I had to build my own. And you can see that I have a pretty good size amount of bolt stash here. And nearly everything in here is a Honda bolt off an engine. Or, of course, a transmission and motor mounts. And so there's that. And it's super important. It's the little things like that are super, super important that you wouldn't think of until you're fucked and you need them to do a job. You're like, fuck, I'm one bolt away from finishing this thing, or I'm one nut away or whatever. When I went to go do my swaps, I ran out of transmission bolts real quick. And also, you need transmission bolts to mount the fucking engine to the stand. So that was a problem for me. And to not cheat this guy out of the video that I said I was going to make him, I'm going to save that for another discussion, but... Anyway, oh, of course, I didn't mention the fact that blown motor, of course, you also have the rotating assembly, and not, maybe, of course, not the crank, if you got a hole in the fucking block, but even if you toss one rod, you still got 3 other rods that are potentially good, and a whole set of pistons that are good, so there is so much fucking money to be made off just the engine block alone. So you look down there, I got 2 boxes of fucking pistons or rods. And I don't know if you can see really well, but another stash on that. Stash in that fucking corner on that thingy down there. Boop, boop, boop. And then, of course, the ones I took out of this blown-ass motor. And another stash up there. It's great to have spare parts. It's just so much fucking better to be able to go to your fucking drawer, open it, and immediately know you have what you're looking for in there. And don't have to worry about going searching for it and losing time, overpaying for simple shit. Alright, so tomorrow's Monday, so there's gonna be an upload tomorrow. I might even do a bonus video if I'm for this road trip here. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. In the meantime, luckily for me, both of tonight's videos or all three of today's videos were one takes. So I don't have to worry about editing anything together on stupid ass VLC editor or whatever the fuck that shit I use is called. I've just got to fucking straight upload it and wait for that to happen. So anyway, if you're new to the channel, you know I've got all my fucking social media information in the bottom. I recommend that you go and you follow at least a minimum of my Facebook page because I do regular updates throughout the week to let you guys know what's coming or what I'm thinking on or what I'm planning on doing. If you follow my Instagram, I upload pictures on the days that I do my engine builds. That way you'll know exactly, or at least you'll have an idea of what's coming because I will upload to Instagram while the YouTube videos are uploading. Twitter right now I'm kind of silent on because I've only got 7 fucking followers and 3 of them I'm pretty sure aren't even from this fucking channel. So, you know, I'm just kind of copying and uploading YouTube videos there as a chance to get out to more people. But if I do have a pickup in Twitter, I'll also change what I'm doing and start talking there a little bit more. I appreciate if you like the video and you found it helpful in any way, or if my channel is overall helpful in any way, I can appreciate if you leave a thumbs up on the videos. Thumbs up help for the small channel. Comment below if you want to talk to me real quick, or inbox me if you have something that's a little bit more extensive that you don't want to have in front of anybody. And thanks for watching, guys. Peace.